Hey everyone, welcome to the second semester of your virtual British Lit course. I'm just here to introduce what we're going to be doing this semester, and I'll show you on my screen in just a second. This will be Module 3. We did Module 1 in the first semester. We're going to skip over Module 2 for just a little bit. Module 3 should take about 7 weeks of the semester, so it'll be kind of short but pretty intense. It'll be mostly poetry, so get ready for that. And now I'll just show you what you should be looking for this week.
All right, just a quick heads up. When you log in and go to modules, you're going to still be able to see Module 1. So all you have to do is get that out of your way. To get that out of your way is to click that. You can make it disappear, and all you should be able to see right now is Module 3 up to 3.02, which says Poetry Handbook. So for this week, you're going to start with the expressions introduction. You're going to go ahead and do the expressions pre-test, and then you're going to move down here to your Poetry Handbook. So we'll just take you through here really quickly. As always, you see these 1 of 7. That's how many pages you need to get through before you end up switching down here to the bottom and going next. So your first little bit is about poetic expression and how it differs in style from everyday language. You have different kinds of narrative poetry versus lyric poetry. So you'll be able to, scroll over these. It tells you what each one is. Okay. And then you have, of course, you can't talk about poetry without talking about rhythm and rhyme. So I'm not going to take you through every word of this, but you can work on this on your own. And of course, whenever you see something highlighted in orange, you'll see that it gives you the meaning. And then when you see something in red, it will explain where this comes from. This just tells you which poems the different lines have come from. So all of this leads to your 3.01 Poetry Handbook Structure Quiz. So then if you go on over here, you will find your very first quiz, and it is 10 multiple choice questions. That's for 3.01. For 3.02, you will get another quiz that is, I believe, 8 multiple choice questions, but then it does have one question where you answer in a paragraph, and you have to pull evidence, or cite your evidence from a poem to explain your answer. So again, we are on Module 3, which is right here, and you're just going to work your way by this coming Sunday night, which would be January 10th. That's the perfect time to be finished with these 2 quizzes. Not much to do. Some of you got behind in the first semester and really need to work on keeping track of what's due, when it's due, and when it's available. So everything from 3.0 to 3.02 should be completed by the end of this week.
And that's it for your first week of the second semester. One thing I did want to make really clear, some of you did get a little behind and may have less than a 70 for the grade for the first semester. Here's how you figure out what you need to do for the second semester to make sure that you pass, and for most of you to make sure that you graduate. So if you had what you have to get is a 140 points altogether. So that would equal a 70 for the first semester at the lowest, and then a 70 for the second. But let's say you had a 60 for the first semester. That means you would need to get at least an 80 for the second semester to make that average out to pass for the entire year. So that's how that would work. You take your first semester grade and you take 140 and subtract it and see what you've got left. Some of you are going to find that you have a lot of work to do and a lot of keeping up to do, and I'm sure you can do it. It's not that difficult as long as you stay involved and participate. Make sure you ask me about anything you need to know, email, send a remind message, and I'll be here. All right, guys, have a great week.